Hello, welcome to Faith Chat with Bella and Mrs. Stahl. Bella's not cooperating today, so we're going to give her a pass. A happy, blessed Holy Week. Holy Week is the week when we focus on the last days of Jesus' life when he suffered and died for us. And we are present in my powder room, my small little hall bath, in order to focus on one moment of Jesus' last week of life, and that is the first station of the cross. We prayed the stations of the cross, if you remember, when we met for our last family faith gathering at St. John Newman, and that was in March. The first station, Jesus is condemned to death. The Jewish leaders bring Jesus to Pontius Pilate, the Roman governor, and they tell Pilate that Jesus is saying he is the King of the Jews and the Messiah. This is making the Jewish leaders angry, and they don't want Jesus around anymore because of the trouble he is creating. So let me read a passage from the Loyola Kids Book of Bible Stories. Pilate would not care one bit about the religious leaders' arguments about the Messiah. Pilate was a Roman who worshipped Roman gods and honored the emperor. What the Jewish people did in their own religion was of no concern to him. It would worry him, though, if the religious leaders convinced him that Jesus was causing trouble among the people. That's what they told Pilate. Jesus was claiming to be the King of the Jews. This was causing unrest and might inspire rebellion against Rome. Pilate ended up finding no fault in Jesus and sent him to King Herod, the king of the Jews, because he thought Herod would have more control over Jesus. But Herod ended up sending him back to Pilate. And then in John chapter 28, we read, Pilate said to Jesus, "Then you are a king?" Jesus answered, "You say I am a king. For this I was born, and for this I came into the world, to testify to the truth. Everyone who belongs to the truth listens to my voice." Pilate said to him, "What is truth?" The crowd gathering with Pilate and Jesus demanded that Jesus should be crucified. They were getting louder and louder, and Pilate worried that there would be a rebellion, a riot. And Pilate said, in the end, "I wash my hands. You deal with it. I wash my hands." And he washed his hands, literally. He put his hands in water and washed them. He condemned Jesus to be crucified. It's the actions of Pilate that I want to concentrate on today. Matthew chapter 27-24 says, when Pilate saw that he was not succeeding at all in convincing the crowd to stop calling for Jesus' death, he took water and washed his hands in the sight of the crowd, saying, "I am innocent of this man's blood. Deal with it yourselves." How many times have your parents, your mom or dad, told you to wash your hands during this crisis, during this last few weeks while you've been at home? This is a good hand washing. That hand washing is keeping you safe and your loved ones and your family safe. But Pilate's hand washing was not good. He was saying he was going to let the angry voices, the bullies, the people who wanted to kill Jesus, he was saying he was going to let those people win. Pilate had the knowledge and the power to say no to killing our Lord Jesus Christ. But he chose to do nothing. So a few questions for us. How many times do we say nothing? How many times do we stay silent when we see people being mean to others or doing wrong things or bullying each other or insulting each other? I bet it's more than what we care to admit. We sometimes say, "That's not my problem." We wash our hands of a problem. We say it's not my responsibility. The amazing thing, though, is that Jesus hears our silence and still loves us. When we met in March, we prayed this first station, and we asked Jesus for the courage to say no when something wrong was happening, for the courage to take up our cross and follow Jesus. In our reflection, we admitted that sometimes when we try to defend others who are being treated unfairly, it's really hard. We don't want to get involved. We're afraid of what might happen. We are sometimes just like the crowd of people who did not want to defend Jesus. We need the courage to speak up, the courage to talk to a trusted adult, the courage to tell your mom or dad something wrong is happening. So, the next time you wash your hands to keep yourself safe and your loved ones safe, I want to invite you to think about a time when you stayed silent when something bad was happening. The time when you washed your hands of doing the right thing. Ask for Jesus' forgiveness, and when this is all over, and it will be, you can go to reconciliation again and get sacramental forgiveness. How awesome is that? Aren't we thirsty for that? Yeah. So have a blessed Holy Week, and remember the sadness of Holy Week ends in the triumph of Easter. And next time I will tell Bella she needs to cooperate, and you'll see her again. So I look forward to next Wednesday, and do have a blessed Holy Week and a lovely Easter. I miss you all, and I will see you soon.